Welcome to episode 52 of the Bikini Besties podcast. I'm Lo.
Kaylia.
Stephanie.
And today's episode, we are doing a Q&A. So thank you all for leaving us some questions on our Instagram. So we got quite the list this week. So we're happy to kind of go through those, give you guys some of our thoughts. And if you like this format and asking us questions, we love sharing. But before we get into our Q&A, we'll do our prep updates.
It is peak week for me. I was trying to muster all my enthusiasm just for that.
Peak week.
Right? I am just a little tired. We leave Thursday for Salt Lake. It's like a 4-hour drive, I think. So yeah, sometime in the morning, probably around 8 or 9. And then this one, Shane will be there, so I'm excited for that. My macros and my cardio was raised twice last week. That was the biggest change. That hurt.
Twice in a week?
Yes. Oh, right.
That's rough.
Yeah, it was tough. I was at 80 minutes, and then it went up to 90 minutes, and then went up to 100 minutes. And then, of course, I was telling my siblings, and they're like, so just like 10 minutes? And I'm like, you don't understand. 10
How dare
minutes.
you say that?
Right? That's a lot.
Huge difference.
That's a lot. But anyway, we're doing it. It's fine. We're almost there, so I'm excited. The most crazy thing is that when we come back from Utah on this Sunday, we leave on Monday for Ireland to go visit my best friend. And then, so we're gone for 10 days, and so I'm excited for that. So packing for both all at once.
Oh,
it's
God.
fun.
It's a lot of
That's
packing.
a lot.
But you'll feel better when you get back from the show and you already have a lot of it done. You'll thank yourself.
Exactly.
Like, I'm gonna thank
Exactly.
Peak Week Steph for getting that done.
Yes. Literally 4 weeks ago, I made her these oatmeal cookies last time I went, and she wanted them again. And so I made the cookie dough, and then I froze it. And I was so happy with myself this week because I literally just, I just took them out. I put them on the cookie pan and then put them in like you just buy like Toll House.
Yeah.
And it was perfect. And I was
Genius.
done.
Love it.
Right. So work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Definitely helping out future
Yes.
stuff.
But I am ready to take a break from like prep dedication.
That will be nice.
Mentality.
Yeah.
You know, like the kind of like all or nothing mentality. I'm like ready to live in the gray. Like, do I want to today? Like,
Where you have the option to make the decision.
exactly. Not like this black and white, all or none kind of thing.
Yeah. How long are you there?
We were there for about 10 days.
Nice. That'll be a good little break.
Yes. So a little break, and then and then when we get back, we'll decide kind of what's next. But I'm just I'm excited because I'm not that nervous about like reversing / maintaining / whatever abroad, because I did it last year, and so I can do it again without as much anxiety. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
Excited. What about you guys?
Well, before we move on, just like,
What else?
is Peak Week, like, because I know you guys are changing your protocol for peaking.
Oh.
Are you feeling better, like, food-wise, like going, like, less carbs right now?
Yes. So it feels more, I guess, predictable. Like I feel obviously hungrier. Like Monday I was super excited to be eating those carbs, but no, it feels more predictable. It feels like I'm in a really good place. It's helped me pose more at night with core control and things like that. And so I'm trying to pose twice a day. Sometimes I only do once, but I try to shoot for 2. And so that's been really, really helping in terms of just, not going as higher carb and like drawing in all that water, because it was really hard for me to hold my core, especially at night. But yeah, no, I'm excited. And I'm excited that when he does add the carbs, he'll be there in person. So we're not relying on photos or like how I feel and that kind of thing. So yeah, no, I'm excited to just kind of see the process. And then hopefully this helps him refine like what my individual peaking strategy is.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's going to be really cool.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
it's going to be
excited.
a really good peak for you.
Yeah.
Because you're already looking like your conditioning is holding so well, and like the photos you've sent and posted lately. Like
That was the weird thing we were talking about this morning. So I'm 5 pounds heavier than I was last show, which is insane because I feel like I look a little bit tighter.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
So
do.
yeah.
I'm trying to let go of the number, and
Yeah.
I've been better. I haven't had any like, emotional times, but The only thing I wish I could change is that I'm aware. Like, I'm just very aware of it. Like, it's like a naggy, like, thing, right?
Well, some weird things we're always like, when like going into prep, we're always striving for like cutting.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait,
smaller.
I'm big, I weigh more, but like it looked better.
Yeah.
is a hard mental thing.
It is. And
I don't
so,
know. With me, I just if that happened to me, I'd be like, it went to my butt.
that's true.
That has to mean
That's
I have
true.
a bigger butt. Okay,
That's
okay.
true. Yeah, because I can see my glute ham ties, I'm like, that's what's like keeping me like, you know, like, because my legs, that's the hardest thing to lean out for me, for sure. And so if that's lean, I'm like, okay, we're there. We're in the ballpark at least, right? But no, I'm excited too to see kind of how things change. But yeah, trying to just not focus on the number and just kind of cruise
it's a good
into
example of like, it really is like about the look. Like, it's so crazy that they don't weigh us on stage. Like, it just matters what you look like.
it. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so I've been impressed with like your recent check-in photos that you sent us. I feel like your conditioning is so tight, but you're like have like a really good amount of roundness that you've like. So that must be where it is. Like your muscles are looking
Like
nice
fuller.
and full. And so I'm excited to see this because I feel like with you seeing Shane in person, like you're saying, like fine tuning that, but you're already in a better place going into the week. Like that's going to be probably like the best.
All good signs.
Yes.
Combo and
Yes.
hopefully it's exciting for you.
Hopefully. I am so excited. I'm so excited that like we'll Zach will be there, Cody will be there. It'll be really, really good. And I'm just excited to kind of have a good end to my spring kind of season. Hopefully we'll do a couple more shows later on in the year, but I'm excited to also just breathe a little bit.
You need that. You've been going for so long.
Oh my goodness. Let's not talk about it.
But your discipline is awesome.
It's good. Yeah.
It's inspiring too.
Thank you. Well, yeah. What about you guys?
Yeah. Well, quick, I meant to do this before we jumped into updates. You guys see we have flowers here.
Yes.
We're recording on Easter Sunday, and Cody spoiled us.
Yes.
With some flowers.
It was so nice. So thoughtful.
So thank you,
thoughtful.
Cody, and happy Easter to everyone because this will be out
Yes.
like later. But we're recording today on Easter Sunday. But yeah, jumping into my update. Prep is going really well. It feels like it was last weekend, but it was actually during the week. I went Sunday, Monday, Tuesday down to Arizona and visited Jamie, Greg, Drew. Like I get my crew of coaches now. I've been mostly corresponding just with Jamie, but now after going and visiting, we're all in like a group chat together, talking about like prep things and my posing and training, and it's just amazing to feel really supported, and also like feel like my voice is heard too. So I feel like I'm in a really, really good spot for this prep. I dropped like 2 pounds while we were in Arizona. I don't know if it was just the dry weather or like being excited. I don't know, but I'm held that since I've been back. So sitting in a really good spot. And that's just like one thing I was even thinking about is like, I don't know if it's just because like I stress about like wanting travel to go so well. Like people like always like have this fear like, oh, I'm traveling, I'm going to be off, I'm going to be up because I'm traveling. I think because I'm traveling, I'm like even more diligent, like extra. Like, I don't know what it is, but the last few times I've traveled, it's always been like a weight drop and been good. And I'm like, okay,
That's
why do
awesome.
I stress about that? But then I'm like, maybe I should keep that stress because it's working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I'm being so
Motivates
extra
you.
perfect
Yeah.
when I travel.
Yeah.
This time, because we're staying, like I was able to have a microwave and everything. So it's like I literally packed my exact meals, even like my little like oatmeal toppings and everything in little Ziploc bags. Like I just made my food as the same as possible. I just adjusted a couple of macros because I do a Ninja Creamy at night and I did not take my creamy machine. So I swapped it for some yogurt. And then there's a little bit of difference in macros there. So I just adjusted a few of the amounts of things in like my other meals to like make it work correctly. But it was like an easy swap because it still felt like I was having like that bowl at night with fruit and stuff. And yeah, just got some like training plan update. So whole new training split, still 3 glute days, but my upper body is now just anterior delt. So just
Me too.
the front delt.
You know,
two of those a day, or a week. and then 4 core days. And when I say core, it's not like just like, I'm not doing crunches and like just like ab workouts. It's a lot of like isometric holding and like neutral lumbar like bracing, and it's helping me with my posing and with my other lifting to make it more effective. So just really strengthening, like being able to pull my core in and tight and hold it. And so I'm really curious to see how that, you know, affects everything, and I think it's going to in a positive way because I can see where it's needed. So I feel like a lot of big changes in my training right now. They're all little, but like.
So you have the anterior delt,
core,
anything else? Like you still have your 3 glute days, but did exercises change or anything, or was it kind of the same?
It changed a little bit. Like I'm only hip thrusting 1 day a week, which is so weird.
Yeah, it's foreign.
I think in like 5 years, I've never had 1 day a week of hip thrust. It's always been 2 to 3. So that's different. I guess that would be like one of the big things. Because I think a lot of it is like, we were talking with her, and it's a lot of like fine tuning. So it's like glute A day is going to be like glute focus with a hamstring bias. Glute B is glute focus with like a squat or a quad bias. And then glute C is like isolated glutes. So it's very like
specific.
Yeah. And it's not like, you know, thinking 3 leg days a week. A lot of times that can be like really taxing because you think about like how much that is, but this is very like detailed. There's not a ton of exercises. Just very detailed, going really slow, checking my form. I'm doing what Kaylia has been reporting on. I have to film every exercise for 2 weeks and then just a few after that, I guess.
It's like the main big one, like the more compoundy or the harder, the more technical ones.
Or the ones I'm struggling with.
Yeah.
Like, there was one in like of the prep and prime part, and I just kept rotating the opposite way. And there's like clearly a video. We did it together in person, and then I filmed it, watched it, filmed it again, and sent it to him, and I still was rotating the wrong way.
That's funny. Oh, that's so funny.
And he was just like, LOL, wrong way. Because it's like we worked on that, and it was just like I'm doing the rest of the movement.
Is it where you hold the where you twist for the prep and prime, and
cable.
then you come up the cable? Yeah.
For some reason,
that's really funny.
For some reason,
really
I'm just completely like when I go down, I like rotate under the bent leg, and then like want to like go up to the straight leg, but it's opposite.
Yeah.
I don't know. But now I think I figured it out today. When I did my workout today, I was like, I filmed it like 3 times just to double check.
That warm up, that little exercise is helping. So I really struggle to, and I'm sure a lot of people do, but I really struggle to activate that upper outer glute area like so bad. And that freaking helped. That one thing, I'm like, oh my God, I just felt my upper outer glute.
And that's why it's so important to rotate the way you do, because you're like squeezing with your toe, and when you come up, that engages at the top.
Yeah.
And if you're rotating the wrong way, you can't engage that. So I think I figured it out again. But other win is I saw on the Behind the Bikini podcast that Drew was just on, he like approved one of my videos like on the podcast, and I was like super
I can't wait to watch it. That's so cool.
I was like, win.
That's so cool.
That's one of like 15 that I sent him. So
But
hey, you
still.
take that
baby
win.
steps.
You take it.
He said
Yeah.
it was Instagram post worthy, so
Right off the bat, that's awesome.
I'll take it. But baby steps with everything else, especially a lot of my core things. It's like I'm not that I'm weak in my core. I'm just not bracing the way like I should be with like my upper abs, and so it's just a different way of engaging. So it just takes a lot of mental connection to do that throughout my lift. Because I'm strong when I do it. Like the exercise is great, and I can actually load weight if I hold the form. But the second like I just like let my
Ribs kind of flare.
yeah, my ribs come out a little bit, and like let this like mobile area in the middle of like my core like kind of move. That's where I kind of like lose it. So yeah, but big things come in with that. Just, you know, getting through my training and lots of posing practice. And I don't feel like I'm doing that much, but I'm like really sore. And I feel
just
I'm
new.
like adding 10 minutes of cardio. My time's gone up like 5 minutes 2 weeks in a row. And so I'm only at 45 minutes now. And that's a really good spot for me. But like that 5-10 minutes added, it's like Oh my God, are we done?
I know. I think I start to give out around like 40 minutes. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like the first 40, I'm like, okay, this is okay. I like almost get in a groove. This morning I was good. One thing that I do is I ride it out. If I hit like a good plateau and I like feel good, I'll just like do as much as I possibly can because I don't know when I'm going to feel that motivated again.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to do that.
That's funny.
Like,
You
this
know?
is working, not stopping.
Yeah, I went to the gym this morning, meant to do 40. I did 65 and I was like, Kate, taking it.
Yeah,
Win.
take your win when you can.
It's all about helping future Steph right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not going home crying. Have to do cardio in the dark. I don't know why I have such an issue with that, but
I don't like cardio at night either.
I get
just
it.
can't.
Because it's dark. You're supposed to be in bed.
it's my mood. Yeah,
Yeah.
my mood just sucks.
When it gets dark, I'm like, it's bedtime.
Right? I fully am aware of it. My attitude sucks at night. Oh, it's bad. Still do it though, but channel my inner low. Get it done.
I don't do cardio at night.
At all, ever?
It's
Not if I
so
can help
rare.
it.
Yeah.
See, I feel like when you've traveled before, you've like gone home and done. I remember like some sort of like crazy low story that I'm like, she would have done this.
Yeah. Well, if I can't do it in the morning or like I have some work thing, like I'll make it happen and I'll do it at night.
Yeah.
So I've done it plenty of times, but like I prefer
Prefer
cardio.
morning.
But
Yeah.
I'll train late at night.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I'll go to the gym and I'll train
Oh, heck no.
after like we won't get home till like 8:30 at night, 9 o'clock at night, and we've just
No.
been at the gym.
Oh, my God, no.
Oh, man.
No way in. No.
No.
Well, lately Anthony and I both have been working late, and so we don't even get to the gym until 6.
Oh. I
Right?
literally.
But like think about like our schedule. We get off work at 5.
yeah, you're right. I know.
Like I gotta like change clothes
True.
and like pack
Oh my
up
God,
and
I'm
drive.
like winding down for the night at 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
just like
I'm
that
like getting ready to
works-
take a shower. I'm like.
Yeah, so like when we get there at 6, then you like you have your prep and prime work and stretching and warming up.
How long
and,
does the lower body prep and prime take you?
today it took me 28 minutes.
Oh my God, it takes me like 30 to 40 minutes.
How many
But we might
episodes
have a
will it
different-
take?
Yeah. That's true.
We might have a
But-
different series.
Yeah,
of things.
yeah, that's true.
'Cause mine's literally just like foam rolling and 2 exercises. There's not much.
Oh, I have foam rolling, stretching, exercise. Okay.
Oh my god.
I mean, I do
My
stretches.
stupid little
too.
glutes over here. I was gonna say this is
I'm
how
like,
you
I
can tell
should
we're in
stretch
different
more.
phases of our
Oh.
preps because you have half the cardio she does, and I have half the cardio you do.
Yeah.
It goes half.
It's insane. Oh my gosh. I was like celebrating with Kaylia that I think when I get back, it'll be the first time that like I'm the most out of prep versus the two of you.
Yeah. Seriously, because we'll both be closer to shows.
Yeah, I think you'll be the new Steph,
Yes.
and I'll be low.
Right? I'm Kaylia without the metabolism.
Who knows? Maybe you'll have a good trip in Ireland and come
Right?
back and be like
Brand new.
really good. So yeah, that's my update. Just traveled and training updates and
Exciting one.
still, yeah, we did talk about some potential show dates. The one that we kind of have our eye on is an aggressive cut. So we're gonna just kind of do some TBD type planning, and just kind of see how things go. Cause like I've typically prepped 20 to 26 weeks into my first shows with a very similar like amount of weight to lose. And this would be like 14 or something ridiculously short for me. So we'll see if we get there. But I'd be okay if it was a couple weeks later too. Just if that was the look we wanted. Whatever is needed. I'm good with like the estimated like time frame. Yeah.
Yeah.
That if it's like a week early or 2 weeks later, like I'm good with all that time. But yeah, update us on you.
Yeah, nothing too exciting yet. I do know what show I'm doing, but I'm just kind of keeping it to myself, and I'm gonna pop on stage. So
Love it.
Yeah.
I'm
Love
just
it.
gonna. I've never done that before,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna show up. So we'll see.
Heck yeah.
I
Awesome.
just want to I don't know. So I have a game plan or a show plan. I mean, and we're going to probably start. I don't know when we're gonna start cutting back, like, because I've been kind of in this like reversey small building phase is what he calls it, I guess. And so we're just sitting there. We pulled calories back a tiny bit last week just because my weight was finally now jumping up. And so then we just dialed it back a little bit, and now it's just stayed plateaued, so we're good. And we're just going to try to sit here. No more food increases. My cardio has been 20 minutes, 5 days a week this whole time. No step count, just kind of whatever. And food is at like almost 2,000. I think it's 2,000.
I'm like, la, 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 la.
Sorry. Sorry, poor Steph. Oh my God.
I'm
She's
just
over there like dying, sinking into the big bag.
Honestly, yeah. I'm like, oh, yeah. This is prep.
But yeah, so we'll start cutting back probably here soon. And then just see if we do this show that we're thinking of, and take it from there. Yeah, because the national circuit is kind of starting up. Like the main national circuit is starting up here soon, and so it's going to be if we're ready for whatever show we want to do, and we'll jump into that one, and then just take it show by show and just see what we need to do, what happens. Yeah,
zero expectations, zero pressure. We're just having fun.
Yeah,
we're doing
we're
our
just having
thing.
fun. We're just having
doing
fun.
our best.
Doing our best with a whole new team.
Yes.
A whole new, hopefully, like look, and just a whole new way of doing things.
Yes.
So that's what I'm going into with this. Like,
and you just love learning, like
Yeah.
as much as I do during the preps and stuff. You know, well,
Yep.
all three of us.
Yeah.
You know,
just learning and doing things new, and so
and becoming
yeah.
better athletes overall. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's like we've kind of talked about, like improving show to show doesn't necessarily just mean physically, but like how we handle it, and then overall as an athlete.
Yeah, even now, I've really like let go of, how do I explain this? I'm literally letting him run the show. I guess I'm not like questioning things, or like looking into everything myself, or like trying to put all the pieces of the puzzle together. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I felt like I've done that in the past, and I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing everything I can. But like this time, I've just let go, and I'm like, whatever I need to do, I'll be told to do.
Yeah.
And that's like, and I feel like I truly am just getting to be an athlete, and that stuff feels good. So
Yeah.
I'm just like
it's like a weight, like a mental, the mental load.
relief, weight lifted off the shoulders kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so still just focusing on training. A lot of my exercises have been improved, but not all. So we're still working at little things, but yeah, nothing too exciting here yet. So
I think that is exciting though too.
Yeah,
like
okay,
everything's
yeah.
just, it's, you know, you're doing well.
It's
That's
going
awesome.
well. That's what's
Yeah.
exciting. It's going very well. I'm very happy. I am a little, it's hard. I literally this week was like, cause you get in that like, okay, me at least. I like how I look. I like how I feel. And I'm like, I don't need to cut. Who needs to do that? Who wants to do that? And I still got some abs some days, and lines and tie-ins here and there. Like, we don't need to cut. And so I was like, man, I could just, not just build. And like, I get excited because I'm like, ooh, I'm like feeling lifts so much better now. And like, I'm learning, like, I want to progress at these lifts. I don't want to go back into cutting.
Yes.
I want to just get strong and build. And
The pump is hard to get. Oh my gosh.
see, and I get pumps
You
now, and
know?
I'm sore, and like it's just so nice, and I like this part of being an athlete. And I'm like, I could just finish out the year, and like maybe we could do Arnold again next year. And then I totally had these thoughts this week, but I can't do that. So we're cutting and we're prepping, and but I had that this week, and but I'm also, then I was like, no, you are kind of excited to cut. Like, I'm excited, get the shreds again, like go through the whole process again, like so but
Yes. Everyone join me on the dark side.
We'll be with.
I'm gonna want to hear about Ireland food.
Oh yes. I'm so excited.
See pictures.
Yeah, you'll have to find something that's like uniquely Irish
What's Irish food?
and tell us what.
Potatoes.
Isn't that where
Fries.
we are in Idaho too?
I
you're
just
going to, like,
connected
fry
those
country?
things.
Is it like fry country?
Fries.
I guess, yeah, because Idaho is potatoes too, I guess. Yeah, in a way. But I know Ireland, I think.
Yeah, there's potatoes.
I think.
All right. Go
I have
taste
no
some
idea.
fries.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Ask your
So
friend. What
that's
is
my
the
challenge, is find the best like Irish specific food.
Yeah,
that you
find out
like.
what Irish specific food is.
That's one thing I haven't done, is looked at food. I haven't looked at anything like post show at all. I don't know. I've just been focused on it's just so overwhelming to think of packing.
Yeah,
But I'm
you're
just like,
overwhelmed with
all this
packing.
other stuff is
Yeah.
happening.
Hold on.
You're like, I don't have time to sit here and look.
Zach asked me the other day, and he's like, "Oh, do you want me to like pick up some sort of snack for afterwards or something that you really want, like something specific?" And I'm like, "No, I just couldn't think of anything. I'm just like, meh."
You're gonna have
That's kind of nice though.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of like, I don't know, a little bit of mental freedom.
Yeah.
And you already, I feel like you probably already in your head have like your treat, you're going to Ireland. Like, I'm going to be eating, I'm going to be enjoying, I'm going to be, intuitive, I'm going to be living this. And like, that freedom is coming. And those like enjoying and trying things or like, and seeing people and the excitement is coming. So it's like, that's what you're looking forward to. Whereas sometimes people don't have anything post show. So like maybe the food focus comes like right after.
Yeah, true.
Because that is the big thing coming up where you got another big thing coming up.
Yeah, where it's like I'm going on a trip. So it's like I don't have to pack it all into like a, the weekend or whatever. I could just have a little bit, whatever.
I want to go to Ireland.
I don't know if it's going to be warm, though. That's the only thing I'm not looking forward to. It's not going to be warm. It's definitely going to be like, but it's not that type of country. Place? It's kind of rainy, yeah. I would say it's more rainy. It's more like Portland-y kind of weather. Which is the only part, but that's why it's very green. It's very green. So we're going to be doing a lot of hikes and stuff like that.
Oh, that'll be really cool. And that'll be really good for movement. And
that's what I'm focusing on a little bit more. But I can't wait to get back to the maintenance calories and, reverse calories Kaylia's at. I'm like, yes, I can't wait.
It is nice. I do not want to leave here. This is a good spot.
Wait.
Maintenance phase is like a good spot.
Even half of what yours is. Can I have that?
I know. I had a high day today and I was like, I could stay. Like, if this was my food every day,
every day, right? I could just stay here every day.
Well, like, at least I still have 2 of these a week, so I'm good. I'll just keep looking forward to them. Yes. Except for now is my stretch where it's like 4 days.
Oh,
my long stretch.
The long
like
stretch.
One's like short between and one's long between.
Yep.
Like,
I don't have. Mine have this whole time since joining. Since getting done with my Arnold show. Yeah, it's been just. I don't have high and low days.
Just one.
So we'll see. Yeah, that'll be interesting because I've never. Wait, no, I did have high day. I did have low high days with. Yeah. Previously, so
I think so.
We'll see. I just have the same macros every day right now.
I think my last prep, it was definitely very much the same macros every day, except like an occasional like refeed macro day.
This is the longest I've kept my high day in ever.
Yeah,
that's nice.
So. Even though we're at 100 minutes of cardio.
I'm sure it helps you with the recovery.
Would you rather have less cardio and take away the high day?
No.
You rather have the high day?
Yeah.
With all the cardio?
Yeah.
Stuff like I like food.
Yeah, I do. Because it gives me something to look forward to sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd rather have less cardio and less food.
I'm at that part now. So now, like, I want him to start because I think my body does well the day after my rest day. So I think it's almost... I will suggest that it may be time to like, I would be okay with dropping my food right now to drop the cardio to do the recovery.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Where it's worth it to push for a while.
Yeah. I don't mind like being hungry at home and, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right. Well, speaking of that question, want to get into our questions?
Exactly my thought. Yeah. Let's do some Q&A, you guys. So we have our phones out because we took screenshots of y'all's questions from Instagram. Let's see who wants to pick one out first. I know we should have had one prepared.
I know we should.
We literally got a good list of questions from you guys, so we really appreciate you doing that. So also with some of the questions, we'll try to get to as many as we can. And some of them we might not go in depth on because we've done like full episodes on those topics. So maybe we'll refer you to listen to one of those.
Nail advice for show day.
Ooh, we haven't talked about that much. I mean, we mentioned, getting your nails done as part of a show day prep thing, but what do you do for your nails?
Neutrals.
Really
thank you. Mine right now, and I think I'm going to do this for show day, is nude cat eye. Because cat eye is in, apparently. I let her do whatever she wanted for this week because I was going to change it anyway for show day. And so usually I'm boring and I'm like, oh, French tip, please. And I like the slim French tip. I don't like the thick one. But anyway, so she did something new and I actually really liked it.
Let me see.
They're really pretty.
It's like different colors, different angles.
Yeah, I always get acrylics for my show season. I know there's a lot of people who do press on nails. So if you don't want to get acrylics, you don't have to. It's not required. There are a lot of people who do press on.
I used to do press on. I like that.
So that is I guess like budget hack if you don't want, or even maybe just a lifestyle thing if you don't. Like, so there's people who are like working like the medical fields and stuff who can't have nails.
Right.
You can easily just do the press on nails. But we just, our recommendation, speak for you guys, is a neutral color. Something like a French tip, something
Not
white.
eye-catching, yeah.
Nothing distracting.
Just-
Don't
exactly.
do any of these bright, like crazy.
Don't match your suit color.
Oh, yeah,
I
definitely
don't-
not.
I
Definitely
wouldn't get
not.
crazy long. Just nothing distracting. You don't want anything to distract from your physique. So
Yeah, I've done some to make it like shiny, like where they do like that chrome finish,
Yeah.
like on a
But
French tip, and it's
still
like
that,
pretty.
white, clear, nude, or light pink, like a very light nudie pink, like some kind of just stuff like that.
Yeah, and I'd recommend that for toes too. Do a very simple toe. Like, you do not need, and if you're doing back-to-back shows, you don't need to get like a pedicure for both of them. Just do like a regular amount of time. I had someone ask me that, like, do I need to get them redone? I think we were talking about that.
Yeah.
And
We
I
go
was like,
as long as we can.
I was like, no,
I
like,
almost made it, but my big toe chipped this morning.
Oh no!
And I'm like, dang
No.
it, I almost made
Like,
it 2 shows.
Dang it.
as long as they're done, and like, no one's looking at the details. You honestly have like really nasty, gross tan all over your toes. Like, they can't tell if you have like your cuticles aren't perfectly trimmed.
Yeah.
So don't stress hard about it, but be professional and get it done. Yeah, those are my thoughts.
Next question.
Yeah.
Essentials for show day. I feel like we did an episode about a show day bag.
We
Or
did.
we?
We've
Yeah.
talked about
Definitely
like
did.
packing. We've talked about what we put in our competition bag.
Yes. I don't remember exactly which number.
Me either, but it's in the beginning of our episodes, I think.
Yes.
Like it has to be the first 10.
Yes.
The first 10 or 15, it's in there somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. We also had someone who said drop a packing list for show day, please. And I know when we did that episode, we talked about like putting together a list for you guys.
Oh.
So maybe that's something we still put on our to-do list for you all.
You could make it a highlight or something.
Yeah, I think I have mine for my clients, and I'll just send it to you guys, and then you guys can add anything, and maybe we just put that on the stories and then save it.
Yeah.
As a
Yeah.
highlight. You want to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we can
so
add again.
check our IG. We will put together a show day packing list for you guys.
Yes.
And then we'll also kind of reference what episode to go back and listen to, so you can kind of hear our in-depth thoughts. Let's see, I was thinking if there's another show day one.
Another show day one.
How did you? Oh, sorry. We're picking show day.
You go, yeah.
Just go for it.
How did you get comfortable filming your workouts in the gym for form checks? That's a good question.
This is a good one.
I got a
Also-
smaller camera.
Oh yeah,
That
you
was
did.
my big one.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I used to feel awkward. I used to totally feel awkward, like probably a couple years ago, maybe even, I don't know, filming in the gym, and then I think it helps. I think we all go to gyms where there's a lot of bodybuilders.
Yeah.
And so it's normal.
It's not that weird,
It's
yeah.
not weird. So there's that. So that does help. I think if you're probably at more of a commercial gym where there's not like a ton of bodybuilders. But nowadays though, like, guys, like, everyone is filming everything for social media, so don't feel weird about it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, that's my little kind of like,
Yeah.
like everyone is filming everything, whether it's taking selfies and like documenting stuff to put it on stories, like, so it's not weird to see someone like taking a selfie nowadays. Like, that's not weird. It's like normal.
Yeah.
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 And like, I have 2 gym memberships, and one's a really corporate gym. And so like, now that I've been filming form check videos, I just make sure I do all my workouts at my other gym that's
Yeah.
a little bit more accepted.
Right.
But also just be really respectful of other people. Like,
Yeah.
set up, like, even if it's inconvenient for you, set up maybe where your camera is facing and like there's like not everybody behind you, so people don't feel filmed, and then
Yeah.
people aren't as
Right.
like concerned about you filming because
then-
they're not worried about them.
Don't put your
being-
tripod in their way.
I was
Like,
about to say, yeah, try and make it as inconspicuous as possible so that
you
it's
can
just
get like
not in the
cool
way.
little magnetic ones.
Yeah.
That are these tiny little ones that if your phone does magnetic or whatever, but
Yeah.
there's those too, but yeah.
I was definitely influenced by you on our last episode, and I went to your Amazon link and bought the same tripod.
Oh, isn't it awesome? Have you
It
gotten
is.
it yet?
Yeah, I've been using it.
That's awesome.
But also for form check videos, this has been like the frustrating part for me too. It's like, I've done like a lot of filming like with my nice camera in the gym, and those ones, are not form check videos. Those are fun angles,
Those
cool
are, do my
angles.
glutes look good angles. Like,
Yeah,
my waist
yes.
looks small.
Right.
Through the mirror. to
Form
make
checks
it-
are ugly.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
form check, I like did. They're like straight on an angle.
Yeah.
You just have to get over that you might not look as funny. Like I'm doing like a exercise where like my core is braced and I'm like straight from the side. I'm like, my waist never looks that. Or like there's like my like lower abs because I'm bending and like
Yeah.
I'm like, ew. But like I don't care. Like I literally like I'm there to like this is to help me get better.
Job.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is like I'm focusing on getting better at my lift. So like they're not judging that my hair doesn't look good or that it's not a flattering angle of me. Like
Or
I'm
pretty
sending
face.
my
Probably
form
better
check.
that it isn't a good angle.
Right.
It's supposed to be authentic and real and what you actually look like when you're lifting, so
Right.
that you can get the best advice possible.
Exactly. So a lot of my form check videos were not like ones I'd post
Yeah.
on Instagram because they're like show everything, but that's what I need to do, you know?
Oh, I have advice on how to get better at, like, how to get more comfortable. Start out by just filming, like, because some exercises are like harder to film or something. Like, so the ones that are easiest for you to film, and like just get comfortable setting up your tripod in a quick spot, film the exercise, move on. And then when you do that once, it's like, okay, now I can do it again, do a different exercise. Maybe just tackle it one exercise at a time, like
Yeah.
your easier lift, or I don't know.
And like just doing like one set of your lift.
Right.
You don't have to film every
Every
set
set.
in your whole workout. Like do your warm up, film your working set, and then put your camera off to the side or like, you know, so it doesn't feel like you're just like have it out the whole time.
I would also go at a non-busy time.
Oh,
like
good
even if
point,
you
yeah.
usually go at like 5, like try to do it maybe on a weekend when you go at like 10 a.m. so that you have time to kind of
Yeah.
actually get more familiar and where the camera should go relative to the machine
Yep.
or
that's-
to the platform or whatever.
That's good.
That's a good way to think about it too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next question.
Thoughts on we got 2 people who asked about this. Thoughts on fasted versus unfasted cardio. And one said during prep and one didn't specify. Just thoughts on fasted cardio.
I would say that's kind of up to the coach. I'm not a competition coach or anything, or a lifestyle coach or anything like that, so I don't really have like a
I don't think it matters.
I don't. From what I've heard, it doesn't really matter. It's calories in, calories out kind of thing, calories burned, and which is kind of where my head is at with it. My coach does ask for fasted cardio or pre-workout cardio.
Oh, really?
I do have that as well.
I don't really fully understand why. And I'm kind of doing the thing where I'm like, well, whatever, it works for me anyways, because that's when I go work out. So, but
I think, I don't know if this is like, but I think I think it helps mentally, personally sometimes. I don't know, to kind of get in the zone of like, you know, starting your day with something. I just think something prep oriented. Like, I don't know what it is, but I find like, I don't know, it kind of puts you in the zone for that day of like.
I felt like you mentioned there was something about like, there is some studies and research out there that does show XYZ, but I think it's probably one of those things that's like minimal, like a 1%, you know?
Yeah. I prefer fasted or if it's like before a meal because I don't like doing cardio
Correct. I
after
do not
I've
like
just
doing.
eaten.
Yes.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
if
no.
I eat then and then do cardio, I'm not gonna go at my full effort because I'm gonna get a side ache, I'm gonna get a stomach ache, I'm gonna like my body's digesting, the blood's in my like digestive system, and so that's why I don't understand pre-workout because I would eat my pre-workout meal.
Well, I think it's just because I work out so early in the morning.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think like effort wise too, like, and especially for me, like in terms of like duration, like sometimes I would think that if I split it up, I give more like closer to 100% for both, like on average,
Yeah.
versus if I did it all at once.
Yeah. I think I think the best time to do it is when you can give your full effort.
Yes. Agreed.
And so what makes you feel best to do,
Yeah.
you know,
The
make
full
sure your heart
effort.
rate's up,
Yeah.
you're at the goal, if, you know, if it's LISS or miss or hit, you know, like what's the goal of this cardio session and how can you give the best effort?
Yeah.
Cause like I know if I do a intense cardio session before my leg workout's going to suck.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Because
And
I'll
that
be
might be
fatigued.
one reason you do it fasted then.
So I would do it in the morning because I know I'm doing legs
Yeah.
later. Or if I do like on the weekend, if I have to get my workout in the morning because I'm busy or that's just the best time, then I'll sometimes save if I don't have a lot of cardio, I'll save my cardio for later just to save my legs for my leg day.
Right.
And I'll do my cardio when I have some time in the evening or something.
Yeah.
My rule is to get at least half of whatever amount of cardio I have done before noon, and I will be fine. If I don't do that,
100 minutes.
yeah. Mentally, I'm like, I have to do what? Oh my goodness.
That's a good one, though.
Thoughts on having a glass of wine during prep. Also, feedback on gum in prep.
Kaylia is the gum
I'm
expert.
the gum
I've got
person.
thoughts on
I
both.
definitely think you need to ask your coach. That's the number one rule to both of those, or answer to both of those
Yes.
questions, is ask your coach, right? Yeah, you need to ask your coach. Some coaches are going to say, well, if you can fit in some wine, fit in like maybe this much. And some are probably going to say absolutely not.
Yeah.
I don't drink really
Neither do
at
I.
all,
No.
like ever. And so
I don't think it's worth it. I would
don't think
rather
it's worth
eat
it.
those calories.
And I do not. Yeah, I don't drink my calories. Period.
Yeah,
like
that sounds like bread to me instead of wine.
bread.
And
So
like we're doing everything to optimize our physical efforts, and alcohol is just proven to not help with muscle building. It is
At all.
not proven to help
or
with
recovery
metabolism.
does not
Or
help
just
with
being
recovery.
there, present. I like feel groggy.
Yeah, same.
Ugh.
I like feeling productive and awake when I wake up and all this
Yep.
stuff, and like I just don't feel like alcohol. It makes me not that.
Slows you down. It's a
Yeah.
depressant.
So the only time I've ever had a glass of wine in prep is like I was lots of weeks out, and it was like my birthday celebration. I had one glass with like a steak dinner.
Yeah.
But like that would be like in a
yeah.
special occasion. It wasn't like, oh, during prep I like
Right.
fit it in my it wasn't a macros. It was an untracked planned birthday meal. Like, you know, like it was like part of an untracked meal.
And not to like demonize like wine and that kind of thing. Like a lot of people definitely enjoy it, and I also sometimes don't feel like a full grown adult because I just don't have the
Same.
appreciation of alcohol.
Same.
Because
I still feel
like,
like a child over here.
I am
that-
definitely a child.
Yeah.
I'm definitely still in my like white wine, like Jacob's Creek phase.
Yes.
And so
Can I add
basically
stevia
after like
to this
17, like
I would,
so like
I
don't
would
take me out
totally-
anywhere.
I would totally be the one to put stevia in my wine. Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. And so
These girls.
I am always thoroughly impressed when people like know, like, you know, kinds where they're
Right.
from. Like
Yeah.
they have
The
this like,
smells
I
and
think is an
stuff.
art, and they do that thing
the
and the
thing.
legs. And I'm like, wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
I just don't have that appreciation.
I wish I could be like that.
I know. I
I wish I had that knowledge.
I just do this.
I wish I was that.
No, thank you.
I love a good glass of red wine. Like I've actually done like really good wine tastings, and I like have a huge appreciation for red wine.
I don't even have a
Love
like
it.
even the white wines. Those are like the candy wines, right? Even those, I'm like, okay, this is the better of the option, but like I still don't get it.
Yeah,
That's
I
so
definitely
funny.
like hold it for as long as I can, and then I'm like, oh, I
You're not
better.
supposed to do that with the white wine, then it gets warm.
Oh.
And then it tastes like bad.
Oh, things I don't even know.
That doesn't show
Things
how
I
much you
don't even
about
know.
wine.
I know.
White wine should be chilled.
See, like, yeah, she's definitely Oregon. See, this is when I went to school and everyone knew all these things, and I was like, no.
Yeah, but I mean, I just did quick math. I think I'm like 16 months sober. Like, I haven't had a drink since like long
Oh,
time
wow.
ago. So, and that's just like for fun. Like, I
Yeah.
just have like been on a roll, and I feel really healthy, and I've just been so
Yeah.
focused on like my overall health. And I just, as much as I love red wine, like I just don't feel like alcohol right now is like benefits my health goals. So it's like, for me, it's like if you have something that you really appreciate, or it's like a special occasion, like your coach says yes, do it and enjoy it, because it's something you really enjoy. Just
Yeah.
like if you really, really had a special like cheesecake that was your absolute favorite, and your coach
Donuts.
said, yeah, your treat of choice for your birthday or something that your coach approved. Like,
Right.
that's how I would look at it. But like if you are trying to fit alcohol in prep, like in your macros, then I would just like question, like, is this, how serious about your prep are you? Because it's like, it's not about the calories. It's like, there's more effects. Like if you're looking at all the different factors on like your health and your muscle building and all the efforts you're doing, like, why would you choose something that's slowing that down? Mm-hmm. Like, is it that enjoyable for you? Like, just
Pros and cons.
Just think about it.
Yeah. How far out are you? You know, like,
but more
yeah.
importantly, gum. So
oh, yes, gum. Let's, yeah.
just
Part two of the question.
I can definitely talk to you about gum. I can talk to you about
Me
brands.
too.
I can talk to you about flavors. I can talk to you. Just kidding.
What is
I-
the flavor? Start with that. Your favorite.
The pink Trident bubblegum. Pink Trident bubblegum. I can't believe I don't even have it with me right now.
my God.
I should be sponsored by Trident, I think. And I buy so much Trident gum. Now, again, ask your coach. I don't track my gum, but I also am aware of how much I eat. I only let myself usually eat it when I'm doing cardio and lifting. And I know I have about like 3 to 4 pieces a day.
Wait.
Maybe I get up to 5. Maybe.
While you're lifting, do you ever bite your tongue or lip?
Oh yeah, I've done that.
That's
while
what
lifting,
I get
bite
mad.
my tongue while I don't like chew it while I usually kind of like put it under my tongue and do my set and like, but like in between sets.
Yeah, that's when I throw it out. I get mad. I like get mad because I don't know. It hurts.
I just like need something in my mouth. I don't know.
I'm like,
I don't know why. And yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I love gum and prep. I use gum and prep.
Are we going to go to the other side of the spectrum with Lauren and gum?
What?
The other side of the spectrum with Lauren and gum, since we've heard the pro gum side, the infatuated with gum side. There's also Lauren.
Well, I feel like it can be a helpful tool in fact for people who enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like because it's like something that you can it's like very tactile, like it's oral, like you can chew this, you know, it's something you're chewing when you're like not putting food in your mouth. So I feel like if instead of cheating on your diet, like go for the gum. Like if that's
Here comes the
help
butt.
you through something. Yeah.
Make sure it's sugar-free gum. Don't.
Sugar-free,
Oh, yeah.
but sugar-free is also not necessarily always calorie-free. So look,
Correct.
read,
There's that.
look.
It's like 2-3 grams of carbs or something.
Yeah, and just like be consistent.
I don't know.
Like,
This is my philosophy on it.
don't
It's
go
a gram of
overboard.
carb that comes from chemicals. My body's just whatever. I'm gonna
It's not
get
sugar
an
alcohols,
extra
it's
step
not.
is gonna burn
No,
that.
It's
null and void.
if you're not like going overboard, and
That's how my
doing,
brain just.
doing many
cancel.
packs a day, like you're fine. But why Steph like is saying me opposite?
I'm dying.
I feel like I have a mild case of misophonia. I don't know if anybody knows what that is, but it's like I cannot stand certain noises to a point where it like very deeply disturbs me.
It's kind of scary.
And that's
I cannot chew gum around low.
it's chewing noises. Like I can see when someone's chewing gum at the gym, and it like with my headphones in, and I have to like leave the area. Like I cannot handle it, and I just can't handle gum. I can hear it from like 8 airplane seats away. I wear earplugs on the airplane because I just can't handle people eating their airplane snacks. Not because I'm hungry. I don't care about that. I hate the little honey pretzels on the Southwest flights. Like they're just gross. But like I don't want to hear them chewing. Poor Anthony. He has had to like live with me.
I just want one person at the gym to come up to you and be like, I just threw out my gum because you have entered the area.
Someone stops chewing gum at the
Yep.
gym now.
I just,
if you're gonna chew gum, like because it helps you, like go for it. But like be respectful. Like don't pop your gum. Be mindful that your mouth isn't open because I can't hear anything you're saying because all I can see is your gum and you're smacking. So if you're talking, just be mindful.
this should be the intro right here.
Yeah.
It should be the intro.
Gum etiquette.
But see, I'm not saying
my
like
God,
I mean
that's
normally
funny.
like I'm like
Oh,
no,
that's
gum
funny.
just shouldn't exist. But like I get it.
That's
I get
funny.
it in prep. Like I see why someone like it's enjoyable. It's good flavor. Your breath feels fresh. Like and it can be a really good like oral fixation to like get through things. I don't really see it as much of a help lifting unless it's like because I feel like I'd have a hard time breathing. Just like
I think it's just I'm at the gym
But-
for 3 hours and I'm not putting food in my mouth and I
Yeah.
want gum in my mouth. Like
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Like
which I can
fair.
see why
it carries
then.
me over to my post-workout meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if it's a tool to help you get through prep, like go for it. Like I do say, like everything in moderation. Just be
And I don't,
respectful of others.
or else I'd be like drinking. Well, maybe you should be drinking a ton of water, but then I have to pee every set. So like,
Yeah.
I don't.
That was me today.
I drink water while I lift, but I don't drink a ton because I don't want to like have to go to the bathroom.
We had that coffee before, and then I went to the gym after
Yeah.
we all had coffee this morning, and
And then you have to pee like 500
Yeah,
times.
I'm
in
almost at a
workout.
gallon and a half. I literally stopped at the gas station right here to pee because I didn't think I was going to make
Really?
it all the way to go to his
Oh my
house.
god! I don't think I've ever stopped at a gas station.
I was going to die. I was
Well,
literally
mean,
going to
well,
die.
unless I was traveling. But
what?
I was going to die. I was
that's
like,
funny.
I knew that the one on U-Stick had nice bathrooms too. So I was like, okay, I can
Gotta go
stop
to the
here. I can do
Mavericks.
it.
The Mavericks have good.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
Okay, next question, guys.
This is just a comment. It says a judge would be great to have on. I think that would be a great idea for guests too, just to get a different perspective on bodybuilding too.
I think that would be a good one. Top questions to ask a trainer to find if they're the right for you. I think that kind of goes hand in hand in like coach and trainer. There's some educational questions. I think we did an entire episode on like picking coaches.
Red flags. Yeah, we did a red flags episode.
Yeah.
And beige flags. We learned about beige.
Beige. That's right. We found out I was cool.
So we did go in depth on that, but I think top question to ask a trainer, if they're the right fit. I don't think there's going to be like one question. I think it's going to be a lot of things, like taking into consideration like their experience, their mindset on things.
If you had to pick a top question, because that makes it fun.
Oh,
what would it be? I know mine. That's why I'm asking.
She's got one pick.
I know mine. I'm prepared.
A trainer.
Trainer, just anyone that has to tell you what to do.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're going to say now.
I think I know what she's going to say now, too.
I don't know if it is that. I was just going to say, I would ask them what they think their communication style is. I just feel like that just covers.
How much can I help you?
Like, I get that there isn't one top question, but if I had to like blanket a ton of problems, it would be
communication style is a big one. It's really important. If it's like a top question, I think I would just ask them to explain their process and what their expectations are between a client and trainer / coach. That way, then it gives them the opportunity to kind of discuss all the things, and then it would bring about more questions for me, because they maybe would say something that I liked or didn't like, or like wanted to know more about, and then I would build off of that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Kaylia's like, I agree.
I was like, I don't know. All right.
I like this one. Did you get stage lean your very first show? Absolutely not. I did not.
You know what's hard though? It's like maybe we got stage lean for that physique though, because I was very lean, but I don't know.
I was not. I mean, I was not.
No?
I was lean. I was leaner than I'd ever been in my life. But
Yes.
I was not to the standard of
Today's bikini.
not even today's, but then's, like 2017. Like the girls that were winning the overall, I was not. I was not that lean. Probably shy of maybe 5 pounds. Probably 5 more pounds. I would have been. But
yeah, you were close. Yeah, you were relatively close. So I think I was close.
Got leaner than I'd ever been. But
but the muscle density growth though,
the density was not there for years too though. But like the density was not there.
Yeah, my stage weight was probably very, very, very similar, with an insanely different look.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So if that says anything, like I got way leaner like this last year, and then my first show, I probably weighed very close to the same.
Low 120s. Like my first show was probably like the high teens.
Yep, I hit the teens as a low, and then like filling out and stuff. Like I step on stage around 120.
Yeah.
And
Mine's
I've done
different.
higher and lower, but like 120 is probably my average stage weight, and I was about 120, maybe one little bit less my first show. And it was the first time I remember like peak week. I have a picture, and I just remember like the emotion of that picture as I like had my I was in a sports bra or a shirt, I was pulling it up and I could see abs. And it was just like this like I have abs, and it was like peak week. And like now it's like I'm like a lot of weeks out and I'm like, oh yeah, I got abs, so it's like a totally different feeling, because you have so much different muscle. So it's like hard, like with that little of muscle, was I close to stage lean for 2018? Probably pretty darn close, but like I didn't have any tie-ins that showed at all. I probably looked closer to what today's fit model expectations were.
Yeah, same.
But that was kind of that year too. I don't know. But no, I would say probably not the
I'd
same
say
level of
most
stage
first time, just even with working with posing clients that are brand new competitors, most first time competitors are not going to get like truly, I think, stage lean their first show, their first time.
No, you just don't have the muscle density, maturity, and it's your first time.
It's your first time. You'll get maybe close, but then
I was really different stage weight wise though. I am nowhere close to mine. I'm probably 10 pounds heavier.
Really?
So like my stage weight is somewhere between 125 to 130 usually, probably closer to 130. I would actually say more like 127 to 130 on stage. I probably get as lean as 125-ish, but definitely, or I get as lean as like 127 and go up to 130, but I'm usually kind of right in there. My first couple shows, there was one point I was on stage at like 118. And so I've never gotten that lean again. But I don't know that it was leanness. I think it's also just the density, because I looked way different, way different. But
yeah, I think this really leads into one of these other questions we got that says, does it get easier to get lean or harder the more preps you have? And I think that's an it depends question. I don't know if it's necessarily easier.
I think it depends on the reverse you did before.
Yes, I think it depends. Yeah, I will say it's gotten easier for me.
Because your reverse has also gotten...
Yes, but I've been better. Every reverse has been better and gotten better. So I was tighter in my starting point. Calories were higher. Activity was lower. So for me, also my mentality.
Yes.
Like it's just what I do. Like it's in burn prep. We're cutting. We have to do more cardio. We have to eat less food. Like it's just, I'm mentally stronger now. I think with every prep and every year we've done this, like I've done this, I've gotten mentally tougher, as well as setting myself up better for each prep with my reversing. So for me, I'll say
and I think our expectations of getting stage lean have adjusted because we know what it's like now to be truly stage lean. Like when I was trying my first show, like I just was like, I want to get as lean as I can. I don't know what that feels like, means, whatever. I was just following directions and doing all my cardio and like trying my best. I had no clue what it meant. So I think over the time, like there's like periods of time where like I knew what it was like to get leaner. So I almost like worked harder for that. So I don't know if that's necessarily making it easier to get there or if I like was more intentional because I knew what expectations were. I don't know. I think your mindset gets...
Yeah, I think you get mentally stronger, but also like to me, I like to think about like different skills as being like something that everyone can achieve, but it just takes practice. And so I feel like the more years we've done it, the more we've practiced, the easier it's gotten from just the habit or just the time and just the repetition and like the running into different problems and challenges and being able to kind of find solutions to those things. And so I think I've just practiced a ton and gotten better from that as well.
Absolutely. It's like almost easier to execute that higher level of everything because you are better at doing that. And we actually have quite a few like first show questions. How many shows did you do your first season competing?
3. 1.
I did 3.
Yeah.
So I had
or maybe
like
2.
A weird first season. I did like 2 in the fall and 2 in the spring, and I just like didn't really. I just like kept.
Oh wait, it's
through. So it was like
I did 2 in the spring, 1 in the fall. I think. Yeah. My first year. Sorry, I thought of it as my first year because there was just a little gap in between.
Yeah, I did 2 fall, 2 spring because I did like. October, November, April, or March, April, and then I took off my first like improvement season.
Maybe I did 3. I don't know now. Shoot.
We had like
2 or 3
citywide and then like province wide. You guys start with state and then national. So ours was like a city or so it would be like instead of the Idaho, it would be just Boise. So we did that, and then the next level up was provincial, so it would be Alberta. And then you would do nationals after that. So there was an extra entry step, I guess.
Did you have to qualify between them?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So it was first and second.
Cool. I kind of like having. I wish there was kind of more tiers to things.
But there was also like 1 million people living in Edmonton. So
true.
It's a little bit bigger.
But I like the idea of having more tiers to like work through because sometimes I feel like there's only like
even for like at the regional level, there's like that regional pool is like there's like the
such a variety
and like a
novice to national level.
So I do feel like in the regional level there should be another tier.
Like and
there
then
should be local,
a pro qualifier.
There should be local, regional. That's what should go. I just figured it out. Local.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
That's what that is.
Yeah. Okay, that's what it should be. Yeah, that's smarter.
Yeah. Local, regional, national.
I think better.
Yeah, and I think it's just because there's smaller places though because. I don't know, like what, because I don't know how much it would take to put it on versus how many entries you would get.
Yeah.
and like
But I
whether
feel like
something.
that would make the national shows too like a little bit more specific for pro qualifiers too. I don't know.
Shorter.
That we got kind of off topic.
Yeah.
Shave your entire body before tanning or wax.
Ooh, we just did an entire episode on tanning.
Oh yeah.
An entire episode. What was that? Just like episode
49,
49?
48, something like that. It was right before 50.
Yeah.
49, I bet.
49, yeah.
So we just recently did a full tanning one.
So yeah,
but,
listen to that.
yeah, but I would shave over wax.
I would too.
Yeah.
Unless
I
you're
got
someone
laser
who
hair.
waxes regularly. Like unless it's like you're like something you just do.
I got laser hair removal and I use
Same.
Nair
Oh.
on my skin.
I got
it-
laser hair removal. And
I haven't finished mine yet, though. I'm on a 5 of 8.
Oh, see, I finished mine, but
Yeah.
and I'm supposed to get touch up, like one little touch up every year, but I haven't done it in the last year or something. So like little tiny little baby thin hairs will kind of start growing and pop up. So I do kind of do a quick shave.
Did you
But-
feel like it was worth it?
Oh, 100%.
Right? I wish I
'Cause
did it
have
earlier.
sensitive skin, so like shaving can
Like
it was on my
abrasion,
back
yeah.
of my legs, causing like little ingrown hairs or like little
yeah.
razor burn things. So that's why I did it.
Yeah, same here.
100%, a million times worth it. Would
Especially if you go to the gym that much. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like for
I
like,
would invest.
I did
got
lower
hips
legs.
down, so like
Yeah.
Yep.
hips down is laser.
Oh,
hair
okay, okay,
removal.
yeah, yep, same.
And I want.
I didn't do my upper legs. I did my lower
Oh,
legs.
you didn't? Okay,
No.
I did. Yeah, I've
I
done
did hips down.
hips down, and I love it.
It like 10 years ago. So I'm growing hair again, but it's still so much better than it ever was.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I need to do it again. I really want to do it again. And I want to do my armpits.
I want to do
this
my
time.
armpits.
I did my
wanna do
underarms.
my arms.
I did my underarms as well and my bikini line.
Yeah.
It's worth it. I'm going to do it again eventually. I just have other
Totally worth it.
financial
Totally
priorities
worth
right
it.
now.
The place I go has a lifetime warranty.
Oh,
Or
cool.
something, yeah. So I was like, oh, you got me for sure.
Yeah, and see, in our tanning episode, we talk about skin prep too. That helps
Yes.
with ingrown hairs and things like that.
Yep.
So make sure to look at that one.
Best tips for preventing belly breathing on stage. Practice breathing off stage.
Yes.
Before you get up there.
Yes.
No, really, that's just going to come down to your comparison drilling and your posing stamina, which has to do with tons of rounds of practice, morning and night, full empty stomach, food in your stomach, right? Just
Yep.
drilling it.
Agreed.
To go back to tanning, there was one more about tanning.
Yeah, go ahead.
That we didn't really cover when we did the tanning episode. It said, when I get nervous, I sweat. How do you prevent it from ruining your tan or smelling? They have a lot of air conditioning at these events to help with sweating. Nervous sweats are going to happen, so it's like whatever. But if your coach is peaking you well, you shouldn't have extreme sweating because that could be like a electrolyte imbalance. So I would discuss like maybe talking with your coach for that. And then smelling. Who cares if you smell? Like no one, the judges can't smell you like that far away. I'm sorry. Like
Ew.
it's like you look, the whole thing is about looking gorgeous. So
I always say it's like the
That's fair.
grossest, prettiest day of your life.
Yep.
the
It is.
tan smell is going to
I agree.
overcome any sort of BO smell. Like the
Yeah,
tan
I
has its
love
own
tan.
distinct smell.
Yeah.
There's a ton of hairspray. There's a ton of like,
Makeup, everyone's
Yeah,
just
Warmed
like
up
everything's-
food and
yep.
just, there's all
Yep.
kinds of smells.
yes, just don't stress about that. Don't worry
Yeah.
about wearing deodorant. Don't worry about the smell. You're going to smell like tan.
Yep. Hardest part about maintaining your relationship during the final 2 months of prep.
Ooh, relationships. Communication.
Well, the hardest part, I would say it's time together.
Time together,
That's
yeah.
true. That's a really big
That's
one.
a big one. Quality,
yeah.
quality time together, not just zoned out on your phone.
Right, yeah, because it's like we're on the treadmill, we have to be at the gym, we've got to prep meet. Like the last 2 months, like you're really like grinding to
Yeah.
get ready.
Zach and I went to go to therapy every 3 months or so just to kind of strengthen communication. And one thing that we learned is called front loading. And it's when you kind of prepare your partner before you get home with the mood that you already have or know that you have. Because sometimes, you know, you have a hard day at work, you come home and then like your partner thinks they've done something, or like, you know, it's something between the two of you, and then it becomes something between the two of you when it really had nothing to do with anyone. So an example would be kind of saying like, hey, I had a really hard day at work. I kind of just want like half an hour to decompress by myself, or I want to watch a show for half an hour and just not talk, or I don't know.
Hug.
Or I need a hug. Yeah. Sorry, physical affection is not my first thing. but anyway,
I'm like,
yeah,
can
that.
you just come hug me? I don't want to talk about it. I just want you to hug
That's
me.
so funny.
That's really funny.
I'm like, or a hug. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty
Sex
simple. You can see our different personalities coming out. Just leave me alone.
I'm kind of like Steph. I would be like, I just need a minute. I need a minute. Just let me sit down and.
Oh, I got really deep really fast.
I love
That's so funny.
No, I think it's a really good share. Is everybody reacts differently. So even like before you get deep in prep, like know what you or your partner, like communicate what you guys do need in a moment of stress or something. Because like I very much need a hug, and Anthony very much does not. And so like we're stressed.
Anthony,
I'm like,
apparently.
I need a hug, and he's like, I don't want a hug. I'm mad, and I'm like, hug me.
I want to slam some kitchen door cabinets. Oh my god.
And I'm not a big hugger. Like I don't like hug everyone. Like that's just like not me. But like in a like intimate relationship, I'm just always like,
Yeah.
hold me.
I need a hug.
Yeah, no, that's cute. But yeah, just like alleviating that like confusion that just doesn't need to be there. Like,
Or
'cause
them
you
getting bombarded with your like your kind of stressed out attitude, you know, like coming home being like like stressed or like I don't know, angry or whatever, and then at least then they can mentally prepare.
Exactly. Like, hey, I left my cardio for the end of the night. Good luck.
Yeah, and just you know, like the more you plan things out, like and prep, like you know, you like make sure you are accountable for your own like taking care of things, like getting your meals prepped and stuff. Like the less stress you're gonna have, and so you're not gonna be as stressed out around your partner either.
Asking for help when you need it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, huge help. Like even like today, right now, like I had plans all day and like fun things. Like I got coffee with you guys. I'm doing the podcast. I had my leg day workout that I wanted to like record and go to a certain gym. And so it's just like a long day of prep and bikini things. And we do Sunday grocery shopping. And so Anthony like just asked me for a grocery list because that was helpful to help me with my prep. Because he knows when I come home tonight, I'm not going to be stressed about having meals for Monday morning because he's meal prepping the chicken for me and stuff like that.
That's
and that
so
was just
nice.
like something that we coordinated, and he's not in prep and didn't have plans. So we kind of like each took a little bit. Mine was more of a fun day. He's doing that. But, you know, it's like, it's helpful. Like, you know, like he knows that's something that would make my prep easier. And so, but sometimes partners don't know that.
Yeah. Because Anthony's a bodybuilder, so yeah.
Yeah, Anthony knows because I've done that for him a lot. It's his turn.
His turn.
But yeah, I like to, just to say it again, I do like your comment of like make time for them, spend time with them.
We'll schedule it in and that's something I have to do. I'm so we all are. I mean, if you're like a female bodybuilder, you're probably very type A, task oriented. And so I have to sometimes I even have to, because I look on Sundays, I look at every night I look at my schedule for the next day, but on Sundays I look at it for the week. And I even will have to put on my calendar, plan family time. I have to tell myself to do that. Because and then I have to sit there and I have to look at my week and then I plan it in and I'm like, okay, I know his schedule, I know my schedule, I know, And so.
But then your partner feels appreciated and your family feels appreciated.
And I don't necessarily tell him hey, on Mondays I sit down and plan our family time, but I do it for me, knowing that this will now work for our family, our dynamic, our
and then you can appear nonchalant.
Yep.
It is the best. Then you can appear
just
type B. You're
going to that week all super affectionate and
it's 5 o'clock. You're it's time. Just relax.
But that's part of being prepared.
That's being prepared.
If you know there's going to be an evening that your partner is home and why would you save your meal prep for that time and take away?
Correct.
From
yeah.
I don't plan any stuff like that when I know it's he's not busy. You know what I mean? You know your significant other's non-busy times and their schedules and their routines, and so I try to plan my life around that. So that way,
so our prep doesn't get in the way of our family life.
I build it around it. And
sometimes I'll even let him know, hey, you know what? I'm 2 weeks out. Looking at the next 2 weeks, we have this and this and this. So I don't think that we're gonna I'm going to be very stressed. I'm going to be like getting these things done. If we have time, we have time.
Yeah.
But like, I basically told him, save this for Ireland. Okay. I will spend all the time.
Yeah.
I will be there.
You know, but sometimes I actually have to tell him, you know what? I can't commit to that time this week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I think that's that's your communicating.
You know?
And I like that a lot.
Um,
Sleep hacks during prep.
Sleep hacks during prep. Oh, because
sleep early.
try to stick to the. I mean, I don't even know if it's a during prep. It's just
In
life,
general.
but try to go to bed at the same time.
Yeah. I
every
try to go to
night.
bed earlier.
Wake up around the same time if you can.
Put your phone down.
Yeah. Same nighttime routine helps
Yep.
sometimes.
I have been on a trying to improve my sleep like kick lately, and I really try. Like I started at 30 minutes, and I have not been perfect, but 30 minutes before bed, just be off my phone. It's literally be off my phone.
Helps.
And then I tried to bump it up to 45 minutes, and I was like, hey, at this time now, be off my phone, read, hang out with Ronnie and the dogs, like just like.
Does your phone go to sleep like on the sleep mode?
I know I just literally set my phone down and don't have it with
okay.
me. Like I'm trying to because it is, I'm just infatuated with how addicted we all are to our phones.
Yeah.
And so like, at least for me, I'll admit like how addicted I am to this thing and how much I do on this thing.
Yeah.
And it's gross to me. And so I am
Just
trying,
cringe.
yeah. And so I'm trying to like teach myself and build different habits. I'm just trying to be like, my world does not need to revolve around this thing. And
as we all have it right beside us.
I know, as we all have
okay,
it
no,
right
but we
here.
had the questions. We had the questions.
We have the questions, but I'm just trying to build different habits, and this is just for me for my life and future and whatever. But and it helps with sleep. So
I have a Kindle, and if I want to like pick up my phone like when I'm laying in bed, instead I just pick up my Kindle, and honestly I'll read for like 5 minutes and fall asleep.
Yeah. I've been
like,
reading before bed, and it
Yes.
It helps me so much because I'm getting that like where my mind isn't just like sitting there running and staring at the ceiling. Like I'm focused in like whatever little world my book is. Because I do like more like fictional books at night.
Same. You do.
And and so like I just disappear into that little world for a few minutes, but it's not the same as the addiction of like
screen
scrolling.
time.
Go and like constantly
checking on
taking in
things.
information and like
It's a time where it helps me decompress, and then I just sleep. I mean, some people also do sleep supplements.
Yeah, I do a sleep supplement.
Talk with like your coach too on what would be recommended, but like things like magnesium.
Yeah,
like,
I do magnesium.
I do magnesium. I heat up my sheets.
You heat up your sheets?
I do. I put my heated blanket on, and then it's like warm. I do it all the time.
That's a winter thing for me. Right now, I go to bed. I'm like hot.
Oh, no.
I
no.
just
my metabolism's up.
I'm hot. I can't.
I wish, but I'm still freezing.
I sleep with a weighted blanket.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
And it's not for the warmth. It's just like it's something that's comforting to me. And so like the heavy blanket just like that helps me sleep really well. But you do have to work your way up to sleeping with a heavy blanket because it can be like make you sore or like
Suffocate you.
Suffocating.
I would feel suffocated.
I would feel suffocated.
I've never slept with a weighted blanket.
I was gonna say the same, just like
I
go
now
back.
that I sleep with it, it's like my comfort thing. And like going to a hotel is so hard because you can't travel with them very well because they're so heavy. Big.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine that you would.
Right? But like going to a hotel,
It literally says weighted blanket.
I'm like, what is this paper of a blanket? This is not okay.
So funny. You're like floofy. It's so light.
It's a piece
That's
of paper.
so
I don't
funny.
like this. I want my heavy.
I could just see myself waking up in the night like fighting it, like thinking it's something like
stuck and
You have to
trapped
work your way up.
Yeah.
To sleeping at heavier levels.
I
Like,
just
they
don't want to
recognize-
experience the nights where you have to work your way up and you're like, gotta go back down.
I know. I love it.
That's
It
so
helps
funny.
me. That's a sleep thing that for me, it helps me sleep through the night. I'm just really comforted.
I've heard it helps with anxiety and things like that too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just makes you feel protected, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. This is what experts have said, and I have experienced it. I now eat like 3 hours before I go to bed, and I'd say it's probably usually 2 to 2.5, but I try for 3, and then sometimes it ends up in that 2 to 2.5 range. And I have noticed that I start falling asleep or getting tired around the same time, and I get better. Those are the night I get better, longer sleep and more deep sleep. So
No, it's better for your digestion. If I like have close windows like right now, like during prep and stuff, I find that like if I do cardio later at night, it kind of wakes me up, but sometimes I have to eat after.
Yeah.
I'll go for like a little 5-minute walk or 10-minute walk after to just help it move.
Yeah.
And then that kind of speeds, it probably doesn't, but in my mind it speeds up the process a little bit because sometimes I don't have the 2 hours. But
I've also stopped drinking a lot of water after a certain time, just sips and stuff late, because what started happening when I started prep is I was just like kind of thirstier or drinking more because I was like, you know, lower in calories.
Yeah.
And I was waking up 1 or 2 times a night to pee, and I never do that. And I just felt like my sleep was interrupted. And so I was like, why am I waking up? And it was because I was drinking water at night because I was hungry. So I ended up like, just like after a certain time, I just have a little cup and I just sip on that.
I try to sip
It's
on,
so
like,
hard though.
sip like an hour before, but you're so thirsty.
It's
I know,
so hard.
or like I like want to like, I don't know, have tea or something.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh
so it's
yeah,
just
my
a small
tea is
cup.
that's a meal. That's my
Yeah.
favorite.
It's
That's a meal. It is right now. It's like a whole thing.
I stopped having caffeine after about noon.
Yeah.
I try to, I don't know, for me, that's
After 3 p.m. for me. I did that. Stayed up all night. That was the worst that day.
All right, we've got some. Okay, so we do have quite a few more questions here. So maybe we'll have to do a part 2.
Yes, part
definitely.
2.
We have plenty of questions for part 2.
But flipping through here, we did get a congrats for 50. So thank you so much. We love doing this. I can't believe we're already on episode 52.
50. Whew.
That's so crazy.
Right?
So another moment for the podcast numbers
I
here.
know.
Thank you
That's
guys
awesome.
for supporting us with that.
Yes.
Let's
It's grown by so much, and honestly, just
Yeah.
I know, it's
I'm
so
so
cool.
grateful. So
I love
grateful. I love it.
It's been fun.
Let's
What's
see.
the hardest part post-show?
For me personally, it's seeing lines fade that you've worked so hard for. Like, that's hard for me. Like, even if like I feel good or feel better, or like I'm enjoying food or enjoying family time, like there's all these other things that I enjoy. Like, it's just still mentally hard for me even after all these years.
The hardest part for me is managing expectations, people's expectations post show. It's been a big learning lesson to me to just not make it this all or, especially for people that are not in the bodybuilding community, making it this all or none, like, oh, when I'm done my show, like putting it off when you're done your show, because then all of a sudden when you're done your show, everybody like wants to go out for breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner. And
it's
I'm like,
I have a reverse to do.
Yeah.
exactly. And then it's very hard to explain to somebody who's not in the bodybuilding to
'Cause they
that
can
after
kinda
the
get
show,
it
you're
when
also
you're-
on a diet.
Yes.
It's like,
they can get it when you're preparing for
Yes,
the
they
show,
can,
but
yes.
after it's like,
Which I
wait, but
completely understand.
I totally understand.
yeah, I totally understand. It's just like managing those expectations. So now I just say, I don't give the show date or anything like that. It's just a part of my lifestyle.
Just still going.
I'm just still doing it. I'm still whatever suffering you think I'm doing. That's what, that's me.
Yeah, I would say mine's kind of like yours, managing. I mean, here's the deal. I'm a foodie. Like we all are, kind of. Like I love food,
Kinda.
and I love going out to eat. I love trying new restaurants. I love date nights with my husband. Like, and food is just the easy thing, like to go do a date night and experience together and like try new foods and stuff, and like it's fun. And so I would say that is the challenging part post show, because you just kind of mentally feel like you should be able to. You just like, you're like, ugh, but I should, like I want to just go do this, and like you can, but those calories add up quick. And so and your body is in such a sensitive state that like it's just, you have to be smart in those first few months. And that's, I would say that's the hardest part for me, is like that you just mentally, you're like, I should be able to do this.
And it is about how you feel too, because I also have done reverses where I put on weight like quickly. I had regrets in certain way, but like not to the extent of regretting like going on the trip or doing whatever. But I think like you should focus on what like is your priority right now. Like after you finish a show, is your priority bodybuilding and doing the best reverse to get back into whatever? Or like for me, I had very shifting priorities. When I was done a show, I was like, okay, now school. Where it wasn't that big of a deal to me, like how fast I put it on, and not that that isn't a big deal. Just
Oh, that's a very valid, like, because like sometimes you do have to shift priorities quicker because maybe that's where you are in your life. And yeah, I think food kind of goes hand in hand with mine too, because it's like I get excited about like, oh, I can make this recipe and fit it in my macros, but then I'm just like maybe estimating, and I just get like a little ahead of myself on getting excited about adding some things back in. I think last year I added like a coffee creamer. I think I talked about it on here. And it was like I didn't realize like how much that added up in calories until like I kind of was like, this is gone already. But I was just, and it wasn't like I felt like, for me, I didn't feel like I was going off plan or like cheating or anything, but like they just like being like, oh, I'm having a little bit of balance freedom and I'm adding all these extra calories I'm not thinking about. And, like maybe in an off season, like your calories are so much higher, your body's so much less sensitive, it's not going to be as big of a deal. But like right there post show, like if I would have waited like another month or something into a spot I was better reversed and then done that, it probably would have been a better outcome. Yeah. But I think, and that goes kind of with mine of like, I struggle. Like we work so hard to have these like perfectly peaked physiques for stage. And it's just like, we all know that's not realistic for like long term. Even if you're like, walking around looking very fit and very healthy, or even having abs doesn't necessarily mean you're in an unhealthy leanness at all either. But like that true stage lean, like we just like drive so hard for it and we spend so much time like envisioning it and picturing it. I think it's really hard for me to like switch the mindset and be like,
it is.
Oh, because like I remember even post show last year, I was like barely a few pounds up and I was like, oh my God, I've gained so much weight.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Keep going. And then I was going to say like right now I'm like cutting and I'm like way above that weight right now. And I'm like, oh yeah, I feel really good. It's just a huge mindset shift,
It's, so this is my first, so I normally take really long off seasons, right?
Yeah.
And so I've always been used to like getting higher up in weight and stuff. And since, 2024 to now, for a year and a half or longer, I have maintained a fairly lean physique. And I have noticed it has shifted. I've had to be more aware of this. It's shifted my mindset of like what my new, like what I think walking around will be like. Because like right now I'm like, I like how I look, but this is still actually kind of pretty lean. Like I'm only 125. Like, I'm only probably 5 to 6 pounds away from, needing to peak and stuff. And like, this is my last serious year competing. So going into the life season, like I'm going to have to get my body and hormones like ready for like baby stuff and everything where I don't think I can be walking around at 125 getting my hormones and I'm like, oh no, I don't want to get any bigger than that. Like I've noticed these thoughts and I'm like, it's because I've had this lean physique for so long.
That's what you've seen.
It's
and
what
your
I've seen.
Line fading has been like maybe 3 pounds. Like it hasn't been.
I don't mentally struggle. Like I was 118. So the 118 to this 125, that's 7 pounds. I don't mentally struggle with that. Like I'm like, oh, cause I like this. Yeah. But then I'm like, but wait, if I have to put 5 more pounds on, am I going to like that? Like, I'm like, cause my new normal is, so it's really
different.
Weird how
it's a big mindset shift to just kind of like see your body differently. And like, especially like when your goal has been to look a certain way and be very aesthetic and like push hard for that, do 100 minutes of cardio a day and convince yourself like how hard that, like, this is worth it, this is worth it, this is worth it. And then it's like, oh, I'm not doing that anymore.
I try to take the time to think about the negatives, as bad as that sounds, because I think that we glorify the skinny, the small, the, like this is where we're trying to get to. So I actually take a step back and I try, like when my lower back hurts a little bit, when I'm cold, when everyone else is warm, or, I don't know, just feeling tired sometimes when I
like
can.
How my butt looks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My butt. Yeah.
Like
oh my gosh.
Right,
it's like gone.
118.
My butt's gone. And so like things like that where I'm like, oh my gosh, I missed this, just so that I remind myself like not to glorify it, because that's harder to come out of.
True.
That's a really good way to help with that shift. Just kind of put things in perspective. And I was just like looking through while we were there, we had quite a few different mindset questions, like mindset for show, mindset of like best mindset advice you've ever been given. And like I really feel like a lot of our stuff goes back to like your mindset and things like that. So I think in our part 2 we kind of like do an emphasis on some of the mindset around different parts of things while answering some questions that you guys have. Because I think those are really important, and that's like
Absolutely.
straight off like our thing like about post show, like we had like certain things that we struggle with, but then a lot of them went back to like, how do we handle that with our mindset? Because it's like truly how you get through so much of it. Even like the question about like relationships, it's like kind of communications, your mindset, how you approach things like on a mental side of things. And it's just such a huge part of competing.
Absolutely.
So that's super important. I'm just like,
Okay, last question.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's a good last
How do you
one?
improve the density in the glutes?
How you do that,
Eat.
Kaylia?
Eat.
I know. Should I be the? You got to eat and you got to
Eat.
lift.
You gotta
This is the
lift
whole.
and
You
lift.
can't be
Eat
stage
and lift.
lean for. You've got to eat and you got to lift. Now that doesn't
Absolutely.
necessarily mean you've got to put on like an excessive amount of weight. Like it's not about like how many pounds of fat you gain means you're going to gain this much muscle. It's not how it works. But you do have to put on a healthy amount of body fat and be in a maintenance or slight surplus ish in order to grow. And you've got to what I've learned is you've got to train correctly.
Effective training.
Effectively,
Training.
optimally.
Yep, the right exercises for you, the right technique and form and cues for
Right
you.
tempo.
Tempo. Don't just I don't know. Everyone's got different philosophies on training. Like there are definitely, and those different philosophies, like they work. Like some people can push a lot of heavy weight and they grow. Some people can't, and vice versa kind of thing. And so I think you got to find what works for you, right? And
Yeah. And the one thing I would add to that is time.
yes, time. There we go. That's important.
You can't speed it up.
Yeah, like we all don't have the same starting spot, so like you can't judge off of like, oh well, it was her first show and she had really dense glutes. Well, she may have been a gymnast in her past life and like had a lot of muscle that has been growing there for a long time. And that's why even I see like some masters competitors do really well is they've been athletes their whole life and like literally have decades of muscle that's been there a long time, and they just like wake it back up, getting back into competing. And the time makes a huge difference. You got to be patient with it. It's like as females, it's very difficult to add pounds of tissue.
Yep.
Ounces of tissue are appreciated.
Yes. Eat, lift, smart, and
Be
Be
detailed.
patient.
Yeah, be
patient.
detailed. That's another big thing, I think, is just not going through the lift and lifting, but that mind muscle connection.
intentional.
Intentional, yes. Intentional lifting.
Intentional
That
lifting.
is huge.
That is
Being
my
effective
new-
with your time.
My new thing.
Yeah, there literally is no secret exercise that's like one exercise that's going to give you that density.
No.
It's literally a combination,
of
of all
a
those
lot.
things.
And resting. And resting.
Recovery.
And recovery.
Yes. You cannot.
Right?
Oh my
Oh my
God.
God.
That should have been the number one.
Honestly.
Recovery. You need to sleep. You need rest days. You can't just train glutes 7 days a week and think you're going to build glutes. But everyone needs different recovery, right? Some people in improvement seasons, I did 3 days. I had 3 days off and only trained 4 days. Some people believe in that. Some people train 5 days. Some people pull back to 3. It's just, it's so dependent. It's why it's good to have a coach, because they're going to be able to know what to test and try on you and find and watch for what works. But
That's side eye.
recovery. Get your sleep.
Yeah, so it's the combination, and that goes for we're giving all those advice for glute density in the question, but that's going to go for your overall physique.
Yeah.
Like literally you could say that exact same thing for your overall physique, being intentional about your training, all of it. Like even like things like, how do I not have a thick waist? Well, you got to be intentional with your training. You got to recover. You have to have good digestion. You have to, we can add that to all of it. So be patient with your physique. Like it takes time and effort and planning and intentionality to achieve these levels. But I mean, we've all come years of progress,
Right? But that's what makes it worth it.
Yeah.
That's what makes it worth
And
it.
it's exciting to look back and see how much you've improved over time. Like you might not be seeing it day to day, but look back over years ago. You know, I'm sure you look a lot different, and that's exciting. And be proud of yourself for the progress you are currently at, and make that be exciting to keep going. So I encourage you to keep going with that and take your time. So I think that you said that was the last question for today.
Yeah, we'll do a part 2. We got plenty for part 2.
Yeah, and really good question. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
These were such good questions.
They
We
were.
got a lot of them.
We'll be back soon after Steph's competed.
Yeah.
Yes. Woo.
Good luck, Steph.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.